It's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Hi there. It has been a hot minute since I've been on here. Life was real crazy for a couple weeks there. The plans I had to make some videos had fallen through or not worked out, or timing changed, and also my life was a bit of a wreck. So I have been off schedule, but I am back now. We're gonna get it together. I am so happy to be here, and I'm so happy you are here. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie, and I hope you're having a great day wherever you're at, and if not, I hope tomorrow treats you more kindly. I am in Greece now. I left the States on Sunday afternoon and arrived in Athens in the late morning Athens time. And we had orientation and stuff on Monday. Classes started yesterday, Tuesday, and today is my second day of classes. They've gone well so far. I still have one more tonight. Right now I'm in my bedroom in my apartment, which you will get a tour of at some point eventually, I promise. I have a lot of exciting ideas and plans for things coming up. So different trips we're doing that I'll vlog, and also just some stuff. I'm gonna stop talking so I stop spoiling. I had originally been planning on vlogging the travel and the trip and everything. Like other plans and intentions I had, it did not work out. However, I did take some cool footage of the planes taking off and landing, which I will narrate for you, and you can see now. So this is my plane for my flight from Newark to Montreal. It was a small one, just a 2x2. There's me and my mask, and here is the plane taking off. I personally love flying, and the feeling when you just first leave the ground and then you're flying is amazing. It makes me smile every time. I am that person grinning and all excited in the plane. I'm grinning right now just watching the footage. And yeah, so now you're looking over New York and New Jersey, and I personally think it is beautiful. I love my state. And now we're on the way to Montreal. I did not take as much footage of the Athens flight, or Montreal to Athens flight, so I'll give a little bit of an overview of that right now. But my first flight was at 3:45 p.m. and we landed at around 5:15ish in Montreal. And then my second flight was from 7:20 Eastern time at night, and then I landed about 11 o'clock Athens time on Monday morning. So it was like a 9 or 10 hour flight, something like that, with a 7-hour time difference. So here is more of the Montreal flight. It was so pretty. It was also a relatively low flight. We didn't go up super high, so that was something new for me. And then here is descending into Montreal. I have never been to Montreal before, so it was kind of cool to see, even though I wasn't going anywhere besides the airport. Still kind of neat. And it was very interesting. Both descents into Montreal and Athens were just kind of like straight into the airport. No turning around and waiting and swooping around and whatever the word for that is, because it's not coming to my brain right now. But we just flew directly in and landed. So that was kind of cool. No traffic. And yeah, Montreal is super pretty, at least from landing the airplane, so definitely would like to visit that city at some point. I'll add it to my list of bucket list traveling places. But here's landing in Montreal. Again, just the feeling of flying makes me very, very happy, so it's kind of cool. Yeah, so it's about 5:15 here. And then I spent some time hanging out in the airport. Here it is. Very modern, like really cool decorated, but super freaky empty because of COVID. So not many people are traveling. But I had about 2 hours and watched some Netflix and did some work. And here is my plane to Athens. It was one of those big Boeing 787s or whatever, so it's like 9 across, but pretty empty again because of COVID. But there was this beautiful sunset, and I had started to get a little anxious just about logistics and paperwork and stuff. So just to get to watch the sunset was incredible. Here was my dinner. It was eggplant parmesan and a kale and mango salad and a brownie, and it was all super delicious. And then here is starting to descend into Athens. I didn't take a ton of footage of this because I had been sleeping and was like half awake and everything, but it was absolutely beautiful. And after all of that traveling and moving in and first days of classes and everything, here I am. But yeah, I figured I would just talk you through my first couple days here, how things went, and then hopefully I will have my life together and be more organized with my posting. But I'm still learning. And also, one of my new friends here who's also in my study abroad program is a little more established with her YouTube, so I'm really looking forward to learning a lot from her. So, you heard about my flights. Newark to Montreal, Montreal to Athens. They went pretty well, aside from a little bit of hiccups with checking in Newark with the visa and affidavit and paperwork stuff that they just wanted confirmed. So ultimately could have gone a lot worse. For the most part, the process was really smooth. The flights were not bad. There was only a little bit of turbulence a couple times, and ultimately I was very blessed to have good flights. So I arrived here at about 11:10. Actually, my flight got in early, so it was more like 11 or 10 of 11, whatever. I got here late morning on Monday and went through check-in with COVID screening stuff, and then passport control, whatever it's called. They checked my passport, my paperwork and everything, stamped it, got my bags, exchanged some money, and then met the person from my program who was there at the airport to greet us, and then had a taxi take me to the academic building for my program. There, I got to meet a bunch of the staff who were all so wonderful and helpful and lovely to work with. And we did a bunch of stuff. Check-in, I had to sign some paperwork. I had to pay my deposit, get my keys, get my textbooks. I had to get a Greek phone number, so I have a SIM card, which I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I am planning on, well, in the middle of compiling a list of just a bunch of tips and just things you should know or confusing things that happen that might need explanation for study abroad and or traveling abroad. And one of those things is how phones work, and I'm still kind of figuring it out, but one thing I did get on orientation day was a Greek SIM card with a Greek phone number, and then a phone plan and how that works with my normal phone number and everything, which I will explain more in another video, but also did that. I think that was everything I did. Got a little tour of the academic building, found out where the classroom building was, and then they brought me to my apartment, which is like a 2 or 3 minute walk from the academic building, maybe, if that. It's really close. It's very nice. And then I had a few hours of unpacking and just settling in by myself before my roommate got here, who is lovely and fantastic, and I think we're gonna have a great time here together. We chatted for a bit, hung out, and then there was this meet and greet, introduction, orientation, dinner, snacks kind of gathering, I would call it, on the rooftop of the academic building, which overlooks the Acropolis. I can't stop smiling, it's so beautiful. But the rooftop overlooks the Acropolis, so we got to watch the sunset behind, and oh my god, it was beautiful. Here are some pictures, I'll throw them in right here, but stunning, absolutely stunning. What a great way to end our first day in Athens. I love the classical period of history, and I'm taking some classes specifically on it, and I'm so excited to be here and be amidst all this history and this beautiful place, and I'm so full of joy and gratitude to be here. So to get to watch the sunset over the Acropolis on the first night was amazing. So then I slept some. I wasn't too jet lagged, I don't think. And also my normal sleep schedule is kind of a wreck anyway, so it's kind of hard to figure out what's going on. But got up the next day. I met one of my new friends for breakfast at a cafe. went to my first class, which was ancient Greek sculpture, which wasn't too bad because it was at 11 a.m. So not terrible at all. Then lunch, and then hung out back at the apartment for a bit, trying to be productive and get organized and stuff, but also did maybe take a little nap. Then had my second class. Now this is the first week of classes is also an add drop period. So the second class that I went to yesterday was a political science class that I thought was interesting, but had originally signed up for only because at the time it was the only class that didn't conflict with another one that I was taking, and I needed to pick a fourth. But after that registration period and they had the finalized number of kids and stuff, they ended up rearranging the academic schedule so that none of the classes conflicted. So there was a class that I did want to take more, about history, that I did end up switching to. I enjoyed the political science class and the intro a lot last night, but you have the option to take 4 or 5 classes, but as I think we've discussed before, I'm learning to not push myself too far or to learn how to be a little less perfectionistic and not push myself so hard. And while I think the poli-sci class would have been really interesting and a great challenge, and I think I would have learned a lot, I'm telling myself that it's okay to say, no, I'm just going to take 4 and focus my time while I'm here when I have free time, instead of taking an extra class, on exploring and creating and just involving myself in Greek culture. And exploring really is the right word, just spending the time more freely and doing what I want and reminding myself that that's okay. So all a learning process. A lot of self-talk going on like usual, but working on positive self-talk. So I did end up making the decision, which was scary, but I did it. I do feel a little guilty for not pushing myself, because I think it would have been a good learning experience and a good challenge to my own beliefs and further educating myself. But it's also okay to prioritize other things. So I'm going to stop talking because I keep overthinking this and I don't want to do that anymore. So we went grocery shopping, which was a bit of an adventure because obviously we're in Greece. Most of it is in Greek. There's some English speakers and some English signs, but for the most part, everything's in Greek. So sometimes it was looking at pictures, sometimes it was guessing, which I find kind of exciting and kind of fun. And also makes me very excited for my modern Greek class, which I have the first one of tonight. So it'll be after I'm filming this, but I'm sure you'll hear about it in other times. So after we went food shopping, got back, and then we went to dinner with a group. Most of us from the program went and had dinner at a restaurant, which was excellent. Oh my goodness. I have eaten so much food so far, and I've only been here for like a little over 48 hours. Eaten so much good food. The cuisine here is incredible. And I should stop talking about it now because I could go on. And eventually went to bed kind of pretty late, but I don't know if that was jet lag or my normal sleep schedule. So, oops. But it was good. Woke up this morning, went to my ancient Greek mythology class, which was also super interesting. I'm very excited for it. And then went and sat in on the class I am transferring to, which is a history class about sports and games and spectacles in the Greco-Roman world. So again, with that classics history side of things that I love so much. And I'm very excited for that class. It's going to be so much fun. We get to do a lot of hands-on reenacting and learning about it by doing. It's going to be so great. So had that class, then went to a meeting about the field study trip we are going on this weekend. But we are going to visit Delphi and Meteora. So we had a meeting about that and just some logistical stuff, and then had lunch came back to my room, worked on my planner some more, and now we're here. So that is I was going for short, I don't know if it was actually short, but the synopsis of everything that happened so far in Greece. It has been a wonderful time so far, and I feel so unbelievably lucky to be here. So that's about it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any ideas for study abroad things or Greece things or anything things that you want to see, if you want a hair tutorial, it was really simple. I found it on Pinterest this morning. Been in Greece for 48 hours. I'm already doing Greek goddess hairstyles. Maybe I have a problem. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's be friends. You can check out my socials in the description. I will try and answer. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.